Israel are what? They're one. They are one unit, one nation. Because we got to see coming out of Egypt, who ruled over the nation of Israel? How were they directed? Before Saul?
Judges.
They had judges. Israel had judges before Saul. So we're going to see something. And what happened with Israel when they began to look at the other nations?
They wanted a king.
They wanted a king. Okay. Rob Zakan, 1 Kings 12:1. Go all the way to 13. No, go all the way down to verse 8. And Nabi Yahuah will pick up at verse 9 through 16.
1 Kings 12:1. And Rehoboam went to Shechem, for all Yashra'al will come to Shechem to make him king. And it came to pass, when Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who was yet in Egypt, heard of it, for he was fled from the presence of King Solomon, and Jeroboam dwelt in Egypt, that they sent and called him. And Jeroboam and all the congregation of Yashra'al came and spake unto Rehoboam, saying, Your father made our yoke grievous. Now therefore make thou the grievous servants of your father and his heavy yoke, which he put upon us lightly, and we will serve you. And he said unto them, Depart, yet for 3 days, then come again to me. And the people departed. And King Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon his father, while he yet lived, and said, How do you advise that I may answer this people? And they spake unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and will serve them, and answer them, and speak good words to them, then they will be your servants forever. But he forsook the counsel of the old men, which they had given him, and consulted with the young men that were grown up with him, and which stood before him.
Hallelujah.
Pick up 9:16. Verse 9. And he said unto them, What counsel give you that we may answer this people, who have spoken to me, saying, Make the yoke which thy father did put upon us lighter? And the young men that were grown up with him spake unto him, saying, Thus shall you speak unto this people that spake unto you, saying, Your father made our yoke heavy, but make thou it lighter unto us. Thus shall you say unto them, My little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins. And now, whereas my father did lade you with a heavy yoke, I will add to your yoke. My father has chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. So Jeroboam and all the people came to Rehoboam the 3rd day, as the king had appointed, saying, Come to me again the 3rd day. And the king answered the people roughly, and forsook the old men's counsel that they gave him, and spake to them after the counsel of the young men, saying, My father made your yoke heavy, and I will add to your yoke. My father also chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. Wherefore the king hearkened not unto the people, for the cause was from Yahuah, that he might perform his saying which Yahuah spake by Ahijah the Shilonite unto Jeroboam the son of Nebat. 3:16. So when all Israel saw that the king hearkened not unto them, the people answered the king, saying, What portion have we in David? Neither have we inheritance and the son of Jesse. To your tents, O Israel. Now see to thine own house, David. So Israel departed unto their tents.
So Israel departed unto their tents. So now what you're having is, you're fixing to see something take place with the house of Jacob, something take place with the children of Israel, or the 12 tribes. So what event takes place from this disagreement they have right here? Jeroboam, Rehoboam.
The splitting of the kingdom.
The splitting of the kingdom. Now you have 10 tribes who are going to go into their own tent, and they're going to leave 2 tribes. So you're going to end with what? 2 kingdoms or 2 nations, which is very important. And so the 10 tribes led by Jeroboam, who was from the tribe of Ephraim, seceded from Rehoboam's kingdom because of the taxation or, what have you. So when we look at this, we should see that with the splitting of the 12 tribes, we should see something when we go all the way back to Abraham's covenant. Was it to 2 nations, 2 kingdoms? Was it to the southern kingdom only, or the northern kingdom only, or was it made to the whole house of Jacob or the children of Israel?
The whole house.
The whole house of all of the children of Israel. So if you keep that in mind, and you know the Most High cannot what?
Goes against his word.
He cannot go against his word. So we see all of this taking place right here when we read in what we call the so-called Old Testament. When you get to the New Testament, when you see the same common thing, you see the same contention right here, you're able to identify there. All of this should come to mind. All of this should come to mind. 1 Kings 12 and 17. We'll ask our senior moderator Solomon if you get 1 Kings 12 and 17 all the way down to verse 24. 1 Kings 12, chapter 12, verse 17 all the way through 24.
Okay. Verse 17. But as for the children of Yashra'al, which dwelt in the cities of Judah, Rehoboam reigned over them. The king Rehoboam sent Adoram, who was over the tribute, and all Israel stoned him with stones, that he died. Therefore King Rehoboam made speed to get him up to his chariot and flee to Jerusalem. So Israel rebelled against the house of David until this day. And it came to pass, when all Israel heard that Jeroboam was come again, that they sent and called him unto the congregation, and made him king over all Israel. And there was none that followed the house of David, but the tribe of Judah only. And when Rehoboam was come to Jerusalem, he assembled all the house of Judah with the tribe of Benjamin, 184,000 chosen men, which were warriors, to fight against the house of Israel, to bring the kingdom again to Rehoboam, the son of Solomon. But the word of Elohim came to Shemaiah, the man of Elohim, saying, speaking to Rehoboam, the son of Solomon, king of Judah, and to all the house of Judah and Benjamin, and to the remnant of the people, saying, thus saith Yahuah, you should not go up, nor fight against your brethren, the children of Yashra'al. Return every man to his house, for this thing is from me.
This thing is from who?
Is from Yahuah.
From Yahuah.
They hearkened therefore to the words of Yahuah, and returned to depart according to the word of Yahuah.
So now you see the split right here. Now you see a war to fight against each other, but did not Yahuah intervene? And he said, this thing is what?
It's from him.
From him. Why do you think this thing is from Yahuah? What is this thing he's talking about? split. Why the split? Why the split?
I can make that side.
You don't think it?
To fulfill what Yashra'al said over Ephraim, about his name being on Ephraim and him being a great nation.
Exactly. What happens with Ephraim? How does he become a great nation?
With that split.
With the split. What happens after the split? What happens to Ephraim?
He becomes head of the children of Israel.
He was the head of the children of Israel. Then something happened with Ephraim. He scattered
Yes, among the nations.
the nations. So when we look at this, we see he scattered amongst the nations. Y'all ever know when we read and we go look at Pesach, and you see they're partaking of unleavened, and then again they'll partake of bread with leaven?
Right.
Why do y'all think that's so? Who do y'all think the leaven is? Huh? Right, because remember Moses said he's going to call what? Even the people out of the nations, a portion, they will be a portion of him, a people unto him. Because remember, the whole thing is now, it's not about Israel only. You know what I'm saying? It's about the position that the Most High, he called Israel. He puts Israel in position. But what is Israel's job?
To be a light to the nations.
To be a light to the nation. But instead of being a light to the nation, what does Israel do?
They join the nations.
Join the nation. They go and profane his name where?
Among the nations.
Amongst the nation. So name me a time when Israel went amongst the nations and they didn't mingle with the nations.
There is none.
There is not a time. Didn't it say Ephraim is what? A speckled bird? Did he say why? Because he had what? Mixed himself amongst the nations? By Ephraim being spread amongst the nations, going into the nation, they're going to be those of the nation that come out with him. So that's why a lot of times we can get caught up in the genealogy, and we shouldn't. Because you'll have individuals who you look at and be like, man, they're not Israel. And guess what? Come to find out they'll be Israel, and you be trying to figure out, I thought I was Israel. Because that's why the Most High said, let the wheat and the what?
And the tares grow together.
Tares grow together. Did not they ask him, shall we go and separate? What did he say?
No.
No, lest you what?
Bring up the tares amongst the
Bring up the tares amongst the wheat. But then he said, when the time is right or the harvest is mature, what will happen?
He gonna separate.
He said, I will separate. He will separate. Why won't he let you separate?
Because you don't know who we are.
You don't know. You can't discern that. Only the Most High, he can discern who's Israel and who's not. Who's the wheat and who's the tares. Have y'all ever seen tares?
I think so.
Do y'all know tares and wheat is identical until the maturity stage takes place?
Right.
Then you can discern who's wheat and which is wheat, what is wheat and what is the tare. But until it matures, you can't identify it. It looks identical. So this is what happened with Ephraim. Ephraim is scattered where? Amongst the nations. And just like he profaned the name of Yahuah amongst the nations, guess what Most High Yahuah is going to do before the eyes of the Gentiles? He's going to sanctify, set apart his name amongst the nations. And how does he do that?
Through those scattered in those
Through
nations.
those scattered amongst the nations. Okay then. So what we see here, we see contention, fighting, and war between the two houses. Now you read from where they've gone from being the children of Israel, the whole house of Jacob. Now have become what? Two nations now. Now you have the house of Judah fighting against the house of Israel. All of that should bring something to mind. When you read in the New Testament, the focal point or the people that spoke about the most in the house, in the New Testament, who?
The Gentiles.
Okay, not the Gentiles, but you won't see the word Jew a whole lot. The Jews this, the Jews that. But you notice when Mashiyach comes on the scene, what does he say? He's only sent to who?
The lost sheep of Israel.
The lost sheep of the house of Israel. Very important. Is he not of the house of Judah?
Yes.
But you notice he didn't go to that house? He's only sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So keep that in mind. And we'll get back to that because this is all leading to something.
Got a question.
Yes.
Yahusha went between the two pieces. Did that represent the two houses split? You got the smoking furnace with the covered meal.
Well, I would say that's the two house. No, I wouldn't say that. I haven't made that or equated that to that. So I wouldn't just say that. What about you, Maurice?
No, I didn't see that either. Because even the book of Jeremiah talks about the going in between the pieces. We see that a lot. That was just a covenant agreement that the father's actions were made with the whole house. So I never came across any similarities going between the pieces representing the northern and southern kingdom. I haven't seen it.
A good question, though. Okay, let's go to Hosea 1. Start at verse 1. And we're going to go all the way down to verse 11. Now, this is where understanding needs to take place. And this is where you need to glean understanding right here. Hosea, the first chapter, is very important. When it comes to understanding New Testament Gentiles, you cannot miss Hosea, the first chapter. We're going to read this, and we're going to dissect this. We're going to pay very close attention to Hosea, the first chapter. This is the setup for the rest of the New Testament. You have to understand what's going on here. We're going to ask, let's see. Let me get Maury to read that too, because your voice carries.
Book of Hosea, chapter 6, verse 1. Come, and let us return unto Yahuah.
Oh, check 1 and 1 more.
Oh, excuse me, 1 and 1, excuse me. Okay. The word of Yahuah that came unto Hosea, the son of Beri, in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, unto Hezekiah, kings of Judah, in the days of Jeroboam, the son of Josiah, king of Israel. The beginning of the word of Yahuah by Hosea. And Yahuah said unto Hosea, Go, take unto thee a wife of whoredoms, and children of whoredoms. For the land hath committed great whoredom, departing from Yahuah.
Stop right there. He told Hosea, he said, go take yourself a wife of harlotry and children of harlotry. For the land has committed great harlotry or whoredom by departing from Yahuah. So, when we look at this, always know that Hosea is symbolic or representation of Yahuah. Who is this woman of harlotry? Who are these people that have committed great harlotry?
Yashra'al.
So Gomer is who?
Yashra'al.
Yashra'al. That's very important. Go ahead, Mark.
Verse 3. So he went and took Gomer, the daughter of Diblaim, which conceived and bare him a son. And Yahuah said unto him, call his name Jezreel.
Call his name Jezreel.
For yet a little while, and I would avenge the blood of Jezreel upon the house of Jehu, and will cause to cease the kingdom of the house of Israel.
He said he's going to cause to cease what? The kingdom of Israel, or he's going to bring the kingdom of Israel to an end. So when he says he's going to cause to cease the kingdom of Israel, or the kingdom of the house of Israel, who's he speaking of?
Northern kingdom.
Northern kingdom, Ephraim or Ephraim. He's speaking of northern kingdom. He said he's going to bring that nation, that kingdom to an end. Go ahead, Mark.
Verse 5. And it shall come to pass at that day that I will break the bow of Yashra'al in the valley of Israel. And she conceived again and bare a daughter. And Elohim said unto him, call her name Lo Ruhamah. For I will have no mercy upon the house of Israel, but I will utterly take them away.
Okay, he said, and she conceived again. The first son or the first child was Jezreel. Does anyone know what Jezreel means?
It means souls or scatters.
Yahuah what?
Scattered.
Yahuah was scattered, Yahuah was sold. Keep that in mind. Jezreel, house of Israel. Laruhamah, what did he say? I will no longer have mercy on the house of Israel. I will scatter. I will not have mercy. Go ahead, Warren.
Verse 7. But I will have mercy upon the house of Judah, and will save them by the sovereign their Elohim. And I will not save them by bow, nor by sword, nor by battle, by horses, nor by horsemen. Now when she had weaned Ruhamah, she conceived and bare a son. Then said Elohim, call his name Lo Ami, for you are not my people, and I will not be your Elohim. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. It shall come to pass that in the place where it is said unto them, you are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, you are the sons of the living Elohim. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together, and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of the scattering of Jezreel.
Hallelujah. Now, there's a whole lot in Hosea, the first chapter. So, we see they have three children. Jezreel, which means Yahuah was sold, Yahuah was scattered. Laruhamah, he will not have mercy on the house of Israel. Lo Ami, he said the house of Israel, he said what?
Not my people.
They would not be his people. All of this is pertaining to the house of Israel. But you know when he get to verse 10, he said, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be what? As the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured or numbered. And it shall come to pass in the place where it was said to them, you are not my people, there it shall be said to them, you are the son of the living Elohim. What place are we talking about? And where is this place that it was said that they were not his people? Huh?
At the well.
At the well?
At the well? Well.
Okay then. We just say in Jerusalem.
Oh, okay.
Which in Jerusalem. Were not the Yahudim rejecting the house of Israel? The strangers of the covenant? They were not receiving them. But when we begin to read those writings, we're going to see something. And you're going to begin to see Peter. You're going to begin to see Paul. They're going to make references pointing back toward what? The book of Hosea, or the prophet Hosea. Why is that?
Because prophecy is being fulfilled.
Prophecy is being fulfilled. Prophecy is being fulfilled. So you know good and well, the apostles, they would not be talking to an outside nation, pointing them back to some writings of Hosea. Because they would not have had any earthly idea of who Hosea was. They would not have been familiar with the writings. First of all, they would not have understood the language. Because were the writings of Hosea, were they written in English?
No.
Were they written in Latin?
No.
Were they written in Greek?
No.
So the people he would have been speaking with, they would have had to have been familiar with what?
The Hebrew language.
The language. So they would have to have been what? Hebrew Israelites. And so when you read, you have to think like this. You have to come from certain angles. You have to be able to pinpoint certain things to keep you within the lines of the way the scriptures are leading you, or within the lines of the message which the scriptures are conveying. That's why when you sit down, okay, what you read in this book, you have to keep it Hebraic. You have to keep it Hebraic. Because the book is called what? The Hebrew Scriptures. So if it's the Hebrew Scriptures, your mindset has to be what?
Hebrew.
Hebrew. You have to come from a Hebraic mindset or school of thought. Okay. So we see Jezreel, Israel was going to be scattered, or the house of Israel was going to be scattered. You see Yahuah, Yahuah wasn't going to show mercy to the house of Israel. And you see, Lord me, he said they would be his people no more. They wouldn't be his people. So, what we have in 722 BC, the history is that in 722 BCE, or before the Common Era, you see the Assyrians do what?
Take the children of Yashra'al into captivity.
They come in and take who?
Children of Yashra'al.
The children of Yashra'al, being more specifically Northern Kingdom, or the house of Israel, takes them into captivity. Very important. Now, what we should understand what the Assyrian captivity is, it was unlike the previous captivities.